shaggy butt, which I like to scratch every hour on the hour.
Get ready for a recess movie so big.
Why, Principal Prickly, sir? What a surprise! Summer vacation, the ultimate recess.
Recess. School's out. They thought school was over.
It's a break-in! Erase the access code!
But the mystery was just beginning.
I am gonna get rid of recess.
No! TJ, are you all right? Those guys in the school, they're doing some kind of evil experiment.
That thought on the head must have rattled your little brain.
Mama!
You're feverish. You wait right here. I'll go get the baby thermometer and the petroleum jelly. Okay, that right there, that was messed up.
Now, they're going to save the world. One playground at a time.
I'm stuck! Curse these bodacious hips of mine! Randall, run her to my place and get the butter!
That part still grosses me out, sir.
All right. Well, obviously, your summer school session is not going to be quite as exciting as the one depicted in that video. However, I can promise you that over the next 6 weeks or so, we're going to do everything we can to make this as pleasant of a learning experience that we can for you. So let's go ahead and get started. So, why are each of you here? Well, most of us are here for one of two reasons. One, to recover academic credits, or two, to move ahead in your academic progression. Regardless, we're all here to successfully pass your summer online class. And your facilitator, whether Mr. Orna, Ms. Marchese, Ms. Kempf, Ms. Ruiz-Lopez, or Mr. Veltman, they're also here to help see that you successfully pass this class. So our goal over the next 6 weeks is to work as best as we can together, you and your facilitator, to help you successfully pass this class. You can do it. All right, so what's the purpose of today, the first day of summer school? Well, really, to be honest, we want to achieve 4 objectives. You're probably not going to be spending much time today working on your online class. That's fine. What we want to do today is, first, ensure that you're fully aware of the rules, policies, and procedures related to summer school and APEX. Secondly, and this one is so important, we want to make sure that your parents and you registered you for the correct course. The last thing we want is for you to work through the next 6 weeks, pass the class, later to find out you passed the class that you've already taken, or you just earned credit for a class that you don't even need. Okay? Number 3, we want to make sure that you're comfortable navigating the ins and the outs of the APEX digital learning system. APEX is the name of the system we use that teaches you your course. And the last thing we want to do is to make sure that you have all the materials and resources you need to be successful in your online class. And if there's any time that remains after these 4 objectives are complete, then you'll start working on your class. Okay, so how are we going to accomplish our 4 objectives? Number 1, we're going to watch this video that we're doing right now while we review the contents of the folder and all those handouts you received at the start of the session. Number 2, we're going to review the policies and procedures of summer school and APEX by taking a very short Google quiz. And I shouldn't even call it a quiz because it's not worth a grade or anything. You're just going to kind of answer some questions, reviewing some of the things that are going to be presented to you in this video, and then your facilitator is going to review the answers to that quiz with you. Number 3, already mentioned before, so important, we need to make sure you're enrolled in the correct course, and we're going to do that by examining your student transcript. And the last thing we're going to do is we're going to log into APEX, and we're going to watch a video modeling how to work through the APEX digital learning system, basically the ins and outs of APEX. All right, let's do it. Okay, inside your student folder, okay, you should have a couple things. One, you should have a yellow summer school syllabus. You should have a pink summer school calendar. You should have a green essential APEX specifics handout. And then most of us are going to have a few other items. You're going to have a student transcript. If you're from another school, we might not have that for you. That's okay. You're going to have a pre-printed packet of various note organizers. And then some of you, specifically those of you that are enrolled in just English and math, are going to have a second extra packet, and we'll talk more about this a little bit later. Facilitators, go ahead and take a moment, pause the video, and confirm that each of your students has these key documents. Excellent. Okay, we have all the documents we need. Now let's go ahead and start reviewing some of these documents. The first document that we want to review is your yellow Intro to Summer School syllabus. So go ahead and open up your folder, take out this syllabus. Facilitators, go ahead and pause the video and read through the syllabus with your students. Excellent. Okay, remember, most of us are here to recover course credits. We are not concerned with why you might not have passed this class the first time in the traditional setting. It doesn't make a difference to us. All we care about is that you're successful over the next 6 weeks and that you pass this class here and now during summer school. That's all that matters to us. Remember, with the nature of this learning environment, you are kind of like your own teacher. So you have to follow those 6 non-negotiables: positive attitude, consistent effort, notes, computer for course material only, supporting your classmates, and communicating with your facilitator daily. Okay, the second document that we want to take a look at is the pink summer school attendance policy. Facilitators, go ahead and pause the video again and read through this document with your students. Excellent. Okay, please remember, missing 1 day of summer school is like missing an entire week throughout the semester. Bottom line, you need to be here each and every day working online in your class, in your course until you complete this class. Speaking of class completion, as soon as you finish your final exam, you are no longer required to attend summer school. How cool is that? So if you finish your class in 4 weeks, then you don't have to come those last 2 weeks. If you finish your class in 5 weeks, then you don't need to come that last 1 week. That's pretty cool. Just remember that if you're enrolled in 2 courses, you can't switch sessions. So say, for example, you're enrolled in math in the morning, English in the afternoon, and you finish your math early, then you can't all of a sudden start coming in the morning session to work on your English and then no longer attend the afternoon. You can't switch sessions. Okay, the third document we want to take a look at is related to APEX-specific documents. What we're going to do over the next few slides is I want you to have this green sheet out in front of you with something to write with, and over the next couple slides I'm going to address the questions on this sheet, and as I do so, you can go ahead and fill in the answers to these questions. Facilitators, you might want to pause the video after each slide in order to give your students some more time to catch up, write down their answers, answer any questions students might have, etc., etc. All right, so right now go ahead and take out that green sheet, make sure you have something to write with, and as I work through the next couple slides, I'm going to answer these questions for you, and you could record my information down on your piece of paper. Okay. APEX is the name of the digital curriculum provider that we use to help you pass your class. That's just the name of the company. Okay, so when you hear APEX, that's going to refer to the system we use to help you pass your class. The majority of courses in APEX are made up of 6 main units of study. However, some courses might have 7, some might have 8. I think like a health course might have 9 or 10. Regardless, the majority of courses in APEX have 6 units. The last unit in every course is always going to be the final exam. So if your course is 6 units long, the 6th unit is just the final. So really, it's 5 units of study plus the final exam. Okay, so what should you expect in each unit? Well, just like a unit in a biology class or an English class, each unit's going to be made up of lessons. Each lesson is going to include multiple pages that you're going to have to read, include completing various learning activities. And then every lesson is going to end with a short quiz, and every unit's going to end with a test. So basically you have lessons, you're going to read information, you're going to complete activities, you're going to take a quiz reviewing those activities, and then you're going to take a culminating assessment, a unit test, reviewing all the activities and lessons in that unit. Okay? Now remember, again, you are your own teacher. So as you work through your units, your quizzes, your lessons, your activities, if you are struggling, you have to let your facilitator know so that they can help you. Okay, how is your grade calculated? Your grade is calculated just like it is in traditional classes, 80-20. 80% of your grade is based strictly on how you do on all of your online quizzes and your online tests. Okay? The other 20% is based just on how you perform on the final exam. Okay, so again, 80% of your grade is based on how you do on all your quizzes and tests, and then the other 20% is strictly how you do on the final exam. Most final exams using APEX are going to have 2 parts. Part 1 is going to be a multiple choice test, and part 2 is going to be a written component. Most courses, that's how it's set up. So again, grade is 80% quizzes and tests, 20% final exam. Okay, speaking of quizzes, how do quizzes work? Again, as I mentioned before, every lesson you read in APEX ends with a quiz, just reviewing your knowledge of the lesson. In order to move forward in your Apex class, you have to pass a quiz with a score of 70, not 60, 70% or higher. However, you're allowed 2 attempts for every quiz. So if you take it the first time and you don't score 70%, you as a student can just take it again. If after 2 attempts you don't score 70% or higher, the Apex system is not going to allow you to move forward in your class. Okay? Because in order to move forward in your class, again, you have to score 70% or higher. So what you're going to do if this happens is you're going to complete what's called a quiz reset form. Again, if you take a quiz 2 times and you don't pass with a 70% or higher, you're going to need to complete a quiz reset form. And here's how you do it. You're going to go to Leiden's homepage, find student info, and from the drop-down box, you're going to select credit recovery, and then from the credit recovery box, you're going to select OCR main page. Again, student info, credit recovery, OCR main page. Okay? Now, this website's going to load, and on the course map here, you're going to select under summer school, so just going to select the summer school drop-down, quiz resets. Again, summer school drop-down, quiz resets. And then you're going to find the name of your facilitator. So let's say I'm a student in Mr. Orna's class. It says whenever you score below a 70% on a quiz, you need to complete a quiz reset form. To complete this form, locate the name of your facilitator and select the link. Your facilitator, in this case Mr. Orna, is going to use the results of the survey to help them choose what they should do next before allowing you a 3rd and final quiz attempt. So as a student, you're just going to select your facilitator's name, and you're just going to work through some of these questions, giving your facilitator more of a general idea on what it was that caused you not to pass this quiz. Okay? So again, that's called the quiz reset form. Note, you may work on quizzes from home.